Level 1, Tailed Cave. Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. In the last part we started off the game, got shipwrecked here on Koholint Island, and now we're starting out the first dungeon and also immediately getting our first small key. We want to head over here first because there's a major thing we can get in this chest, which is the compass. We've got the compass. Now we can see where the chests and Nightmare are hidden. This compass has a new feature. A tone will tell you if a key is hidden in a room when you enter. Although I think we've technically seen that already do the Oracle games. Yeah, that was something the compass started doing in this game onwards. Well, in the 2D side at least. It doesn't really do that in 3D games. But that's the tones. We heard it. That means there is a key. Also, what I just did there, that's the trick for skipping the dialogue for the Guardian Acorns and Pieces of Power. If you press start and pause the game right before the dialogue box comes up, you skip it. It's not much of a time save, but it saves you from the tedium from having to read it over and over and over and over and over again. At last, we got a map. Press the start button to look at it. So let's take a look at that. That's a pretty small dungeon. It also looks like a very familiar enemy. This right here is a one-way door. You can only go through it that one direction. Now, what I'm about to do is actually entirely optional. You don't have to go this direction at all. Well, you have to go here eventually because the boss is in this direction. But I'm talking about this. These enemies are pretty simple. You have to get them all to have the same image on their stomachs, and then they explode. And in this box, we get actually a Link's Awakening DX exclusive, the Stone Beak. Let's find the owl statue that belongs to it. Turn aside the spined ones with a shield. That is essentially, if you were, for those familiar with Ocarina of Time, onwards and such, your navigator for the game. The owl already helps us outside the dungeons, but he essentially guides us with little hints in the dungeons themselves. By the way, small keys obviously open up a locked door, but you can only use them once. The thing is with the Stone Beak is that in the original Link's Awakening, which had some minor differences in it as it was, they were stone tablets that I think were just read to you immediately. That I think is a keyword. I've actually never played the original Link's Awakening all the way through. I've done a speedrun of it because it's absurdly easy to do that due to a certain glitch that you can do with the map button, but yeah. If there's a door that you can't open, move a stone block. And here are those spined beetles he told us about. We just have to do that. That's a very familiar thing. I've done that in several Zelda games now, actually. What the? Goombas? Yeah, weirdly enough, Goombas show up. And fun fact, if you actually land on their heads to kill them, first off, it does that. It kills them. But you also always get a heart. So if you ever need hearts, find a room with Goombas and jump on their faces. And we've got the Rock's Feather. It feels like your body is a lot lighter. In case you haven't noticed at this point, rocks is a suffix that generally leads to a jumping item. This is, like in the Oracle games, a jumping item. You're technically only supposed to be able to jump over one gap. But if you time it just right, you can jump over two. Be it straightforwardly or diagonally. You'll be seeing that a bit later in the part. But you can also, if you haven't noticed by now, hear the really bad thing about the Piece of Power and Guardian Acorn. This song repeats endlessly. We've got the Nightmare's key. Now we can open the door to the Nightmare's lair. In case you can't tell by the thing in the top right of the screen on the map, the Nightmare is in fact the boss. So that's a thing. Really though, the first dungeon is very easy, as you can see. We haven't even fought the mini-boss yet. Because he's right over here. This thing has a name, I'm not exactly sure of it, so I'm gonna look it up. But basically the way it goes is that you jump over its thing and kill it. It takes a while. I wish that I hadn't gotten damaged so I could keep the Piece of Power a bit longer, but it's nothing too bad. That's a sound effect that really hurts my ears. And first off, you get a fairy for defeating the mini-boss, but you also get this portal. If you watch the Oracle games or Minish Cap at this point, you know what this is. It's a portal back to the entrance. That's really cool for mobile players, well, obviously people playing it on their Game Boys, because you can't always play everything in one sitting like you could on the NES. Buzz Buzz Outsider! Oh god, Moldorm, not again! And he has the same thing, hit him in the tail to kill him, but he can knock you down into this really grim-looking room. which causes you to go up this ladder, which puts you in the room right before him, and now his health bar regenerates. It's a Link to the Past all over again. Really, though, he's not a hard boss. Just hit him in the tail 3 or 4 times and he's dead. By the way, the mini-boss is named Rolling Bones. I can see rolling. Where's the bones come from? The only real thing you really need to look out for him, besides from the knockback he has, is that he gets much faster upon getting hit. And that's it. Tail Cave done. Also, if you didn't notice, the Tail Cave itself actually looks like Moldorm. And we get a heart container for doing that, as Zelda tradition would withhold. This is a thing. We've got the Full Moon Cello. Swamp. A path opens in the blooms. Well, that was eerie. But, yeah, that's the first dungeon over with it. Oh, hi.
Hoot! That is an instrument of the sirens. I have to admit, at first I did not believe you were real. That instrument, along with the 7 others in the set, has the power to wake the windfish. You must collect them all. I was instructed to give you directions. Your next goal is north in Gapunga Swamp. Hoot! Indeed.
I'm gonna get real tired of that voice. I can already see it happening. Which is odd, because I really used to overuse the Bane voice in my personal life. Actually, it went missing for a while on the channel. I remember giving the... Oh, hi. Hey, buddy, it's serious. Yeah, really serious. Yeah, it is. The Moblins came to the village. Yeah, that's right. A whole gang of Moblins. Then, it's for real, they all went to the house. Yeah, that house. And then they did something at Bow Wow's house. It was a really bad scene with Moblins. So, I mean, it might be faster to find out for yourself what happened. Indeed it is. And there goes the crisis music. The chain chomp is missing! Aye! It's terrible. My Bow Wow was dogged now by Moblins. Oh, someone please help my poor Bow Wow. Okay, fine, if it'll get you to shut up. But you do actually need to go save Bow Wow because it's, well, required. Thankfully, getting to him is pretty easy because, well, Zelda games would have it that the world procedurally opens up the more equipment you get. Though, with the means of a glitch I partially mentioned earlier, you can actually get to him much earlier than you're supposed to. The glitch was only in the original Link's Awakening on the Game Boy, not the DX version of the Game Boy Color. What it was is that if you were in a screen transition like that and you press the map button at the right timing, when you unpress the button, you would be... By the way, Heartpiece number 3, yeah. You would be on the opposite side of the screen where you were prior, but... Yeah, you pretty much essentially skip a screen. It's a really weird glitch, but it exists and it's kind of cool. The windfish in name only, for it is neither. Eh? Who's this suspicious-looking runt? Okay, boys, let's get rid of him. And now I have to fight a bunch of Moblins. This is where he is first off. Ooh, that is great timing. Because I think that's going to make moonwalking Link again. This makes this play so much easier because now almost everything dies in one shot. Aside from this guy. You must be an assassin sent by Madame Meow Meow to rescue the mutts. You came here to get me, but it is I who will get you. King Moblin, I guess, is a very easy boss. Throws 3 spears and tries to charge into you. You want to let him charge into the wall, where he will then rebound and you can attack him. Just times better than I do it here. Not a very hard boss. He can do a deceptively high amount of damage, though, so watch out. Oh, and also, I should mention something. There is technically 2 endings to Link's Awakening, all depending on how many times you die. And by that, I mean, if you die at all, you're screwed out of the best ending. So, don't die. There is technically a way around it. If you're in the middle of the death animation, press A, B, start, and select all at the same time, and select save and quit. That death will not be counted. But you have to be in the middle of the death animation where you're spinning around. Either way, he's dead. Unlike me, who is very much so alive. And there's Bow Wow. We've saved Bow Wow! What a fearsome beast. Now, you can take him back to Madame Meow Meow, but she'll just say, oh, go take him for a walk. So we actually need him for something coming up. And now let's head to the right.
Hoot! That is a fearsome-looking animal you have there. Do not forget, the next instrument's in Gabunga Swamp.
Also, fun fact, if you head to the screen right of that one, before getting Bow Wow, you can actually find this little camera place. Which starts off something, I think it's DX exclusive, where you essentially get to take pictures. I've missed out on a couple, I think, at this point already, but oh well. They're not required for anything, so might as well not, right? I'll still show it off later, though. Either way, coming down here, we can actually get this piece of heart. You're not supposed to get this until later on, but you can push that block there, and if you know how to do that, you can actually get it early. By doing some tricky jumps. We collected 4 pieces of heart. Now we have a complete heart container. Now you might be noticing something in the callouts. That was piece of heart 4 of 12. From our default 3 hearts, that puts us up to 3 to 6 heart containers. With the 8 dungeons, 14. There's not that many heart containers in this game. In fact, I think this has the least of any Zelda game aside from... No, I think even Zelda 1 had more. Which is kind of odd, though. And for me, it's also weird because I played the Oracle games a lot more than this when I was a kid. So seeing the equipment bar at the bottom is also absurdly strange. Either way, our next destination is actually north of us right now, but we want to head through the mysterious forest to get to it. Because we can head up here now. You could potentially head north of where I am right now as well to do some extra stuff, but I don't want to right now. Oh, God, likes. Oh, no, get out, get out, get out. I forget if they can still steal your shield in this game, but I don't think I want to know. Bring. Hello, it's me, Elryra. Ask me about anything about the island. If you get lost, give me a call. Bye, click. Elryra is more or less a guide. At certain telephone booths throughout the game, there's one in Main Village, one here, a couple somewhere else. You can call him for a very slight hint on where to go next. It's nothing too major. Either way, Bow Wow can do something that we can't at this point, which is kill the Kapanga flowers, I think they're called. I'm not exactly sure. These things, you recognize them from other Zelda games. Though admittedly, his detection of them could be a bit better, as you'll see momentarily. Either way, you want to come down here first to get this chest for 50 rupees. I like money. Money's nice in games. Either way, this is what I was talking about. Look at this. I am standing right in front of these flowers. Bow Wow. Eat them, please. Stop wasting my time, you fairly round thing that's based off a dog that Miyamoto was scared of as a child. Come on. Do it. Don't make me Shia LaBeouf you, because I will Shia LaBeouf you. Though that meme is woefully outdated at this point. Nowadays, it's all about John Cena. Come on, there you go. Anyway, with that, and us entering the second dungeon, I'm gonna need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 3, we'll be tackling level 2. See you guys then.